Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, it's hard to believe September is here. I'm Dan Marty. It's Thursday night. You know what that means.
MJ in the house.
Unbelievable, folks. A brand new Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty begins right about now.
Tickets are on sale now for our 20th anniversary Back to the 80s and 90s WrestleFest Birthday Bash, Saturday, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
All right, wrestling fans, welcome to another installment of Wrestling.
Wrestling.
I'm excited you're here. I don't get to see you much.
I don't get to see you either.
Everybody told me we were never going to see each other again. They said the show was over. So
yeah, but they were wrong, weren't
they? They were very wrong. Don't believe everything you read or hear on the internet. We're living proof of that right now.
I've been trying to tell him that for so long.
We are pausing.
Tony's mad at you.
Fuck Tony. You know what I think about Tony?
Stop it. Don't.
I flushed the toilet earlier this morning when I got up. You know what I mean? But anyway, we are going to pause. We love to talk about history in the chronological order that was Marty. Even though Marty's brain takes us on this strange GPS adventure.
Say it again.
Marty.
Marty.
I'm sorry, it's from
no,
Marty.
Okay, brother.
We're going to talk with Marty.
You know that was horrible. No, go back to Marty.
Marty's better than Marty.
Please.
You're just not used to hearing it like that. So we're going to take a brief pause over the next couple of weeks with the historical content. We got a couple of I think fun feature episodes you're going to enjoy. Yeah. Today we're going to talk a little current events, Marty. The fans, they want to know what you think about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling right now.
I'm not sure if you like Sasha Banks or not.
I think she's a lovely lady,
I
thought when she was mean. I thought when she was here with us in Boston Wrestling MWF, I thought she was delightful.
Oh, somebody, who was it? I'm not going to say her name, but yesterday they said Sasha, I'm not talking bad about you. I don't know you. Yeah. So they said she's a bitch to the fans.
I've heard a lot of that, and I think that's unfortunate. And I heard that there were some certain difficulties and certain things with the office.
What we call it is too much too soon.
Maybe. But you know what? I think, you made a point that made me think. Tony gave me one piece of advice that has always stuck with me. You've actually given me two. One of which is,
I'm ahead.
Like when we break up the tag teams to do interviews, like Bill and Barry, and Knobs and Sags, and the folks sometimes they say, why don't you do the tag teams together? But the point you made once was so great. No. Well, we can stretch that out. But you said it's like two people sitting around a body of water, saying, where is the moon?
Yeah,
it's right there.
Reflection.
And then you tell me, where's the moon? It's over there. We both see the moon. We see it in that spot, but it's in a little.
Everyone's correct.
And
you remember that?
Yeah. And I've referenced it several times.
Let me pull your beard.
No. Well, I tell you this because of my good friend JTG from Crime Time, baby.
Who?
JTG from Crime Time. He's hooking me up with that beard care, baby, that Shaw beard. Kofi Kingston's pushing it. You'll see in the commercials a little bit later on. JTG said he's confident he can get my pimp game going. Now, JTG granted...
He better be a hell of a player.
Oh, come on now. Geez, thanks. JTG's got a couple of years under me. Unlike my buddy Shelton and Bobby Lashley, I love to break their balls that they've got several years older than me.
You know, Bobby will whoop your ass, brother.
I love Bobby. Oh, no, I love Bobby.
Your ass.
But Bobby is, believe it or not, several years older than me. You would not think that physically looking at the two people. No, and Shelton.
Now, don't notice this is embarrassing to say on TV because I don't want Bobby to come. Me and Bobby are friends, but man, I like this girl. Shit, I can't think of her name.
Yeah, her.
Her. Just go with her. The black girl.
Well, that really narrows it.
That didn't do nothing, did it?
Are you talking about one that he used to be married to?
I think
Crystal Marshall.
Yes, Crystal.
I tell you this.
What?
Tread carefully.
Do what?
Tread carefully.
I love Bobby. I don't want him whipping my ass.
I don't think he particularly cared because of
one time with WWE, Crystal walked by. I hope this isn't offensive, but Crystal walked by and she has a butt. And
Well,
I
most
was
people do.
looking, and I knew her because I knew her from my girl Ternisha, and I'm looking, and Michael Hayes comes. He goes, Marty, she's 21. Knock it off.
I don't know if I believe that to be true.
No, it's true.
You're talking
Very
2006?
Yeah.
And it's 2021 now? No, she's got to be in her 40s.
I don't know. There's just no Michael walk by and said,
Michael, where
"Hey,
are
call."
you when you need you, brother?
Oh yeah, 80 show. Oh, you know what happened?
Well, what do we got?
Jody's mad at me.
Now, who was Jody?
The one that was booked for the big event. We did it on
Oh,
live.
well, I mean, you
We
got to
did
take
it.
the first booking you get. I mean, that's just how the
Yes.
business goes.
Yeah, and I told her that. I said I'm booked on. That's the one show I'm not missing, and I don't miss any shows. But well, yeah, I do. But I was not going to miss that one. I'm not going to miss the higher shit. We're working hard on this, and she booked a big event. I didn't know it was on the 13th. She didn't even tell me today. She just said the big event.
Well,
You can't be mad at me, Jody.
It is worth mentioning, folks, that the countdown continues to Saturday night, November the 13th, from the historic Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. 2 blocks that way down the road. We go back to the 80s for WrestleFest. We're going to be joined by such luminaries as this gentleman.
What's luminary mean?
You know, a very, very important person in the world.
Luminary?
A luminary, yeah.
Okay.
Marty will be there, of course. Jake the Snake Roberts, America's hero, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the tag team that I put together after 17 years of not talking, Axe and Smash Demolition, the Doctor of Style Slick.
That's not true.
And what do you mean?
They did not talk for 17 years.
Yeah. From when Bill left at Survivor Series 90, which we're going to be getting to much sooner than later, until 2007, because Barry, after his WCW stints, wanted nothing to do with wrestling and became almost a recruit. I had to search 3 years to find Barry. 3 years.
You want me to call him right now? Where's my phone?
Barry's one of my... Oh, please. Please, don't start
No,
with that.
for real.
I have no idea.
Oh, my God.
And I hope we don't find it, because your phone drives me nuts when you start talking to people when we're talking on a talk show.
Oh, Dan, you lost the phone.
It's here. Don't worry.
I hear it ringing.
All right, good then.
It's right there. Look underneath your feet.
I don't think it's under my feet.
Look right there. Down. No, down on the floor.
How down? On
to
the
the
floor?
floor,
Oh, actually, yes, it is right there.
Ah, you stole. I knew it. Give me my damn phone.
No, you know what? I think it's best right there for now. Let's try and focus on what the fans wanted to talk about. Again, folks, the tickets to our Back to the 80s WrestleFest reunion are on sale now at bostonwrestling.com. The all-inclusive VIP packages are, without a doubt, the best value in professional wrestling. We're going to have some outstanding in-ring action that's going to blow the roof off of Memorial Hall. You're going to be able to get autographs from these legends, pose photos, and if you're a VIP, you get to take part in a bonus question and answer session with the legends that's not open to anybody else. You're going to have a hell of a lot of fun. It's not just a wrestling show you can go to. It is an event that will create lifelong memories. And John Cena Sr. issued the challenge. It's on video. If we sell out...
These are so good.
He loves the Fabo Pop. Those are going to be available November 13th.
Okay.
You better believe it, baby. Ice cold. John Cena Sr.'s Fabo Pop in about 15
They are pretty good.
different flavors. But John, like I said, he laid the law down, Marty. He said, if we sell out of the VIP packages, you know, again, more than a couple of days ahead of time.
I'm trying to get you to do the thing where we sell a T-shirt that says orgasm donor. And
I don't know if they'd want that at Memorial Hall. The woman that runs the hall.
You didn't even notice this.
Yeah. Now, I always notice it. I'm always worried what's on those feet.
I ain't wearing.
But let me get through this, Marty. John Cena Sr. laid the law down. He said if we sell out of those VIPs, you know, within a reasonable amount of time, sometime soon, the 8th featured guest is going to be a blockbuster. I don't even know who it's going to be. I know he's been talking with acclaimed psychiatrist and Boston Wrestling MWF president Dr. David Reese out in San Diego. We got big things cooking, but I tell you, the in-ring action, the legends are going to lure you in, but the hot in-ring action you're going to get to see with the up-and-comers of today and tomorrow that are going to be the next future stars, superstars in WWE and AEW, it's going to be a hell of a night. What are you doing?
Ask this gray or silver.
What is it?
It's my hair.
Why are you yanking it out?
Because it was in my eye.
All right, well, that's
throw it right
probably
here.
good then. All All right, let's get down to business now.
Okay.
Marty, the fans looking for some input from you on this great program. Your thoughts on CM Punk after 7.5 years, returning to the world of professional wrestling and all elite wrestling.
We talked about it yesterday a little bit, remember?
Well, we did. We discussed it briefly on the watch-along that we did.
But yesterday
which
was like...
it was quite a while. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago by the time the
There's
fans
another
see
one.
this. But your thoughts on one of the
Oh
biggest...
my God, they're all great. Look.
Yeah, good.
No.
All
look.
right.
See?
I trust you.
You
We'll
trust
put them
me.
in the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlock
Oh, no,
Toy
right
Drive
here.
raffle.
There's 38.
Oh, no, please, just throw them on the floor so
There's
somebody can clean
38
them.
batteries in here.
Oh, Marty, you are...
But CM Punk, I like him. I like him. He's a brother. He's good to me. I don't know him that well. I got no road stories on him, but I like him. I just hate that he got beat up every time he went to the what do you call it, Ultimate Fight.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, CM.
You know what I think is hysterical? The great mind that Tony Atlas is professional wrestling.
Here we go.
No one's going to care about him
We
anymore.
started the
He
show.
lost those 2 UFC fights. Well, you know what?
Will you
They
stop?
sold out the United Center in about 5 minutes.
Oh, my God.
And he got one of the great reactions in
that's
wrestling
why
history
Vince
when he
always-
came out.
You know, I told you about it. I probably told y'all about this. Vince was Zeus. Remember Zeus? He died.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, brother. Love you. Miss you.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace, brother. Yeah. But Vince brought him over, and everybody got mad for the main event. It was for
SummerSlam '89 was the
Is that what it
first
was?
one.
Yeah. For with Hulk.
Yeah.
And all the boys, man, I do understand the boys' point of view. They're like, we're here all year long. This ninja walks in here and is in the main event. But it's that crossover crowd. You get the crossover.
To me,
it's about business.
as a kid,
I hate to say it, but wrestling is about business.
As a kid that was watching it, I thought it was ingenious
You was a
because
kid?
I was in 4th or 5th grade when that movie
Oh
came
my
out.
God, you're young.
I was captivated by what was going on.
Captive.
I honestly
Okay, that's
thought
2 words you used there. What was
because
the other? Luminary.
Luminary. I thought because, all right, at SummerSlam '89 they did Hogan and Beefcake against Zeus and Savage. At Survivor Series,
I didn't know that.
At Survivor Series,
Oh,
they did a
God.
4-on-4 tag match. It was Hogan's team against Ted DiBiase's team, which had Zeus. They did a Christmas night one-off pay-per-view that had the movie, and then a steel cage match between Hogan and Beefcake against Zeus and Savage. Now, as an uneducated wrestling kid that was just a fan, I thought at some point you were going to get Hogan and Zeus, and I thought that was going to be the main event of WrestleMania 6. But after that Christmas night of '89 cage match, we never saw Zeus again.
I'll tell you two reasons why.
Let's hear it, brother.
Zeus, I might have already told y'all this. One time, because Zeus is like me, he didn't like none of the other guys. Because they didn't, like I said, they didn't. How much?
No, we're on segment 1. Don't worry.
Okay. Because the wrestlers were a little bit mad at him, and he was a big old boy, man. He's like 6'6". Well, you saw them Friday. What was it called? Debo?
Debo,
You
yeah.
saw
my
him.
bicycle.
Ain't nobody trying to mess with him. But they didn't appreciate, they didn't like the fact, and I understand both sides.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Let me ask you this. Do you think he could have been a valuable commodity if they ever tried to train him to become a full-time wrestler?
Not better than he did in the movies. He did good in the movies.
You're talking about financially.
Well, I mean, not just financially. Are you happy? I think he was happy.
Did he enjoy pro wrestling from what you noticed and observed?
No, because he was mad at the boys. He was because everybody. Oh. So here's what I was going to tell you.
It was an uncomfortable situation for him.
Well, and he was a Crip, out there in
Yeah,
LA.
I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason he liked me. He didn't like the rest of them at all. He didn't like. In fact, nobody.
Everybody
Usually Kurt Hennig. Everybody likes him. Liked him too. Rest in peace, brother.
Zeus didn't even like Mr. Perfect.
It wasn't that he didn't like him. It was just he didn't, get to know him well. But me and him, for some reason, we kicked it off. And 2 things I've remembered the most, and it's why it didn't go like you're saying. Why didn't it go longer? And why didn't it do good? Let me see which one went first. Kurt, who everybody loves, Kurt Hennig. He was the best. There was remember Hustler magazines?
Yeah.
They had. How do you know?
I remember they
You're
used to
a
sell
damn
them in the
pervert.
store. Well, when I was in the 4th or 5th grade, I don't think I was going out and buying them, Marty.
How'd you get them?
No, remember they used to, because they used to have, back in the day,
You stole
across
it.
from Kowloon, there was a plaza. And
He stole
this giant magazine store, Marty. Oh, my God. I'd go in usually once or twice a month with my father, who
took
would
the
go
hustler.
looking for, he'd be looking for fishing magazines and college football
And you was
blah,
over
blah,
there
blah.
by the porno.
No. This was back in, you're talking like the late 80s, when you had some months 15 to 20 different wrestling magazines that were out. And I'm trying to flip through them as quick as I can to, because he'd
Yeah, before
usually...
you get your ass before your daddy caught you.
He'd usually let me get one, but I mean, it's like going to the candy store. What do you pick if you can get 1 out of 20? You know what I mean? So...
Yeah, sort of. That sort
Yeah.
of makes sense.
But
so the
go ahead.
Hustler magazine, if you remember, since you was always searching them, it had Asshole of the Month, and it had a donkey, and it showed the donkey's ass.
in the magazine?
Yes.
Oh,
it was
okay.
called Asshole of the Month, and they found somebody.
Well, I know some of them probably could have judged, but...
Well, but here's what Kurt did. Here's what Kurt did. He tore that out, and he cut out a little Zeus picture, and he put it in the donkey's asshole, and he posted it on the damn dressing room door. Zeus came in there. he thought Joey Morella did it. He was
Oh,
gonna
really?
beat it. Yeah. Because Kurt put the damn thing on Joey's back.
Oh, well. Let me ask you this. Where they were both, Zeus, you made it sound like was kind of uncomfortable in the situation he was in. The Ultimate Warrior was just a miserable human being.
Miserable.
Did those two ever cross paths in the locker room?
Zeus.
What do you mean?
Zeus would win.
No. But I mean, did they ever, was Warrior grumpy and growly and yelling at him?
He wouldn't have been at Zeus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
really?
would calm that shit right down.
All right. Well, Howard Miller has given us the wrap-up signal, folks, right now. As we continue to flashback to talking about Zeus, we're going to be back after this.
I got to tell you about him being in the crib.
Well, that's all right. We're going to get back to that. We're going to take a brief time out, catch up on everything happened in the world of Boston Wrestling. MWF, help us keep rolling as we approach our 20th anniversary. Stand by.
Australia. You know a lot of people in Australia watch this.
Yes.
Tickets are on sale now for our 20th anniversary Back to the 80s and 90s WrestleFest Birthday Bash, Saturday, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. The World Wrestling Federation was live at the Orlando Arena in Orlando, Florida, Sunday, September the 9th, 1990. In the opening contest, Hacksaw Jim Duggan beat Akeem. Coco Beware with the win over the Genius. The Orient Express defeated the Bushwhackers. Mr. Perfect victorious over Jake the Snake Roberts. The Barbarian beat Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Shane Douglas with the win over Black Bart. And in the main event, the WWF World Champion, The Ultimate Warrior, retained the title over Ravishing Rick Rude. If you were in Orlando live, share your memories in the comment section below. Use the links in the description box to keep Wrestling Legends working in our eBay store and on our world-renowned Patreon streaming service so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's No Holds Barred Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll journey on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
Here's your chance to own a piece of history from the 2020 WWE Draft. On the second night, October the 12th, the Fiend Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss unleashed hell on Andrade and Zelina Vega. This limited edition 11x14 collector's poster is number 26 of only 50 made, personally signed by both the Fiend and Alexa Bliss, direct from friends at WWE. Comes with certificate of authenticity hologram on the poster itself, suitable for framing. You'll also receive a bonus autographed mystery photo and an on-air shout-out as our thanks to you. Get this ultra-rare autographed Fiend and Alexa Bliss poster now. Wrestling fans, especially here in the Boston area, we want to thank our great friends at Red Rose for their support for all of our charitable endeavors and programming efforts. Red Rose is 2 years young and extremely thankful for all the support they've had from our neighbors here in Melrose and beyond for an amazing first 2 years. Red Rose thanks Melrose and all of the first responders who have fought the good fight and have never given up hope during these unprecedented times. We did it together. Follow Red Rose on Facebook for their anniversary special, facebook.com/Red Rose Melrose. You'll be glad you did. Open until 2 a.m. Red Rose will give you fresh, piping hot, mouth-watering food that'll put an ear-to-ear smile on even the toughest critic's face. Check out their full menu online at redrosema.com or give them a call, 781-620-1889.
Wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders. The new fall season is here. It's 2 decades of Boston Wrestling MWF almost. Dan Marty, Marty Jannetty, we were talking a little Zeus, and I don't know how the hell Zeus came into a CM Punk conversation, but we tend to go all over the place.
Or something like, yeah, I don't know how we got there either.
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighting or something?
Well, I don't think Zeus was ever an Ultimate
No,
Fighter.
he wasn't. I mean, he would have been a badass one. But CM, man, I like you, CM. I don't, you know, we're not like, I can't tell road stories because we never traveled the road together. But he's always been respectful for me, and I've always liked, why are you doing your mouth like that?
Because I was getting ready to ask a question.
Oh, go ahead.
I was preparing my mouth. Do you think it was a mistake that where Fox almost handed CM Punk to them, where they had him co-host that late night? Fox almost handed WWE CM Punk when they had him as one of the co-hosts of that WWE
that show
Backstage
where they,
yeah. Fox was pretty upset that
you
he
know
wound
who was
up in
good
AEW.
on it? Becky Lynch was on there one time.
That's good.
Do you know about? I mean, did you know that?
They had rotating guests all the time on that show.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
Who was the black-haired one? The girl.
Paige?
Yes, Paige. Yeah. She was pretty good. I got pictures.
Oh. Well, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
But I think she gave.
When you was in Europe, one of my boys. I got it on my phone actually.
I think she gave Xavier Woods the name for his video game show, Up, Up, Down, Down. But anyway.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back to the world of
One Night in China. Oh, that's right. That's right.
I don't want to see that one.
Yeah, I saw it. It wasn't pretty.
I can imagine. You're trying to. Oh, you know what? I'm glad I caught myself. Anyway.
No, what was you going to say?
I was going to say if people watched it, they were probably going to figure out or try and think which penis was whose.
Let me tell you. I don't understand why Triple H. Shit, are we on TV right now?
Yeah. You don't think Triple H what?
I don't know.
You couldn't figure out why Triple H went with her.
I think he was working his way at that time. Let me tell you what happened with Triple. I love you, Triple. You know that. When he first came in WWE or WWF, whatever it was, the Nasty Boys from WCW had told him, get with Shawn Michaels, he'll get you to the top. Well, goddamn, what I can't? But we was on the bus over in England, and Triple was like, when Shawn got up to get off the bus, somebody get his bag, get the champs, because he was, at that time, Intercontinental, I think. And Triple was like, somebody get the champs bag. They do that in Japan. Out of respect, the young boys, they carry your shit. But we wasn't in Japan. But old Triple started out like that, and then he went to China, who was, there's a reason, I can't say this on TV, can I?
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
No, you gonna let me. Linda McMahon. But so
Wait a minute. Chyna?
So triple stop. Triple. You gonna get me in trouble. Triple. Nothing against you, Chyna. Rest in peace. I like you to death. I heard you was a beautiful personality, great person, and I believe that from everything I've seen. But
I think she started out very nice.
You think
And
she
by
got
the
ugly?
end of her tenure, I think she was I know as a fact from people in the office, she was a pain in the ass to deal with.
How you know that?
Because that was when I was doing stuff with Ed Cohen, and she was trying to renegotiate her deal in the middle of the Stephanie and Triple H triangle. And
She got
she
upset.
wanted money on par with Austin and The Rock.
So Triple went from Chyna, who was, I'm not going to say nothing about Linda McMahon and her, but
You trying to insinuate that
I
Chyna
ain't
made love to
insinuating
Linda
shit.
McMahon?
And then, but then
Chyna
he went,
and Linda
then
made
he,
love?
Then he went straight to Stephanie while he was with Chyna. What was her real name?
Joni Lauer.
Joni, yeah. And then next thing we know, he's the vice president of the company.
Do you think it's
what the fuck? I
you-
love you, Trip. You did it good, brother.
Do you think it's possible that Chyna had a little makeup sex with Linda McMahon?
I can't say that on TV.
Well,
You
maybe,
say it.
Maybe you could nod if you. What a visual!
Man, you get me in so damn much trouble. Nobody's gonna hire me.
Dear
no more.
Lord, what a visual! Santa Maria.
I never. Did you ever get with Chyna yourself?
No, I didn't have much interest in Chyna in that way. But a nice person.
Fix your hair
until
right here, brother.
What do you
Pat it down.
pat it down?
Look like a spider leg.
Oh, all right. Well,
Okay, you got it.
I'm trying to look hip, I guess. I don't know.
Now just pull it out.
I don't want to pull it.
No,
out.
it's sticking out like
Is it
this.
sticking out, Howard, or what?
Can you see it back there?
Howard doesn't know what we're
on the
talking
left side
about.
of his head. It's like this.
Well, the cameras aren't picking it up,
Let
so
me
let's
get you.
not
Want me to
worry
get it?
about it. No.
Where's my phone?
I don't know. Back to the point of contention, other than Chyna and Linda McMahon making love. Do you think that WWE, with all the money and the resources they have, where they're making record profits, should have gone above and beyond to try and make CM Punk happy and feel welcome and want to come back?
I don't
One of the
know.
biggest stars in the business. Look,
No, he wasn't. CM,
well, look at the business he's already done for AEW.
who they got?
Well, I'm just saying, they sold out the United Center in 5 minutes. They had record-breaking merchandise sales on his T-shirts. People
On
for
his?
7, yeah,
Damn.
for 7 years at WWE
I love you,
Live.
CM, but here's the thing. And please don't get mad at me and hit me because you might be
won't.
disappointed. No, I love you, brother. I love you.
Yeah.
But I hate to say it, and I teach the kids. I train. I'm a coach. Your style's boring. I'm sorry to have said that, but it's pretty boring. This is all you do.
Well, no matter what we personally think of his style,
And you got that one great move, though, where you do the thing into the knee.
he's
That's
over the go to sleep.
Huh?
Go to sleep.
The one
yeah.
where, yeah.
He's
That's-
over as you know what. I mean, the
Shit.
fans are ecstatic to have him back in the world of pro wrestling after 7 long years of having to wait. And you know what?
It's not been 7
Was I
years.
hit? It was. He left right after Royal Rumble in
Shit.
2014.
We're getting old, brother.
What's that?
We're getting old. That's
And
been
I think-
7 years.
I think one of the great, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall meetings was, I think it was at the TV tapings following the Rumble.
Just speaking of fly, one just got on me.
He had a meeting with Vince and Triple H about how he was unhappy and he wanted to leave and so on. And Vince said, oh, well, WrestleMania, we're going to have you work Triple H. And he goes, I don't need to work with Triple H. Triple H needs
Good
to
for
work.
you, brother.
Triple H
I
needs,
love you, Triple. You know that, man.
Triple H needs to work with me. And I guess he said in that interview he did with
Okay,
Colt
that's
Cabana,
that's getting a little arrogant right there. Cocky.
he said the veins in Triple H's neck were bulging at that point.
But he didn't do nothing.
And then, I don't know if it was intentional, but WWE, they let him have a little time to go home. And then the day before his wedding, Vince called and CM Punk still didn't want to come back. And then the day before his wedding, he got the FedEx envelope saying bye-bye.
Oh, that's how they
That's
did
a little
me.
cold.
Or they did me the same way.
The
Well,
day
that was
before
actually-
your wedding?
No.
Oh, what did you do?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Marty. You
3, 2.
yeah, Howard hears you. Don't worry.
But
anyway,
I never, and I owe triple apology because I got mad at him once.
Why?
I'm not sure, but
made for a hell of a story.
But not really. I love him to death. And one time Stephanie was on TV, saying, on the show, the Raw, and saying, I might have been drinking, so I misunderstood. And why you shake your head?
Keep going.
But she had said something about the Marty Jannetty of the team, and what she was saying is that, when I saw it later, when I watched it when I wasn't drunk, she was actually complimenting, and she was like Al Snow, like you might want to take that as a compliment. And but I'd been drinking. I didn't even drink that much. It was only one bottle.
Just a little. Yeah.
And yeah, so I got mad as shit, and I got on the damn. I think it might even been MySpace. This is how long ago? No, but
wow.
No, it wasn't that long. Facebook, and I said, hey, why don't you ask Triple H is he sure all those kids are his? Yeah. I'm so sorry. I've never had sex. I've never had sex with Stephanie in public, ever.
Never in public.
Ever.
What about in private?
I don't do that.
I mean, was there like
Next question.
a McMahon suite where you and Stephanie were in one room?
You know what he did to me and Sean? I told
and Linda
you, right?
and Chyna were in another.
Vince came to me and Sean.
And Vince was with Sean in another. I mean, this really could have been a
God.
hell of a hotel
There's a lot
suite.
of weird sex going on.
And we were talking about that one with Shane last night at Kowloon.
What we were talking about.
Well, you know
but
what?
he did come over and tell us not to have sex with her. I think I've told y'all this.
He said what?
Show. Well, she was 15 years old at the time.
When Vince.
Yeah, and he was bringing her to TV for the first time. And Sean and I were known for a lot of girls, a lot of nights. And but he came over and he goes, well, my daughter's coming tomorrow for the first time to TV. If I hear either one of y'all are messing with her, I'll fire your ass. And he did that damn Vince, like the laugh you got sometimes.
You were respectful. You waited till she was 19.
19, yeah.
Well, that was good of
you.
you.
Oh, wait, I didn't say that. Oh, my God.
Do you think that WWE should have gone above and beyond to make CM Punk an offer he couldn't refuse to make him happy?
Did he draw money?
He sold a hell of a lot of merchandise at a time when business was down. I mean, a lot of merchandise.
Well, then they should have.
I agree with you. I think it was a big mistake to let him go to AEW, but
sometimes, you know what Vince had on his door?
What was on the door?
This is in the office, like when we were, I ain't been there in 10 years.
Yeah.
But it says Star Maker, Star Breaker. It's a plaque. It's right there. It says Star Maker, Star Breaker.
In his office or a TV table?
On the wall before you go in his office. I'm talking about the building, the
Titan Tower?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on his door, Star Maker.
I never made it up that high in the building.
Why?
I never had to go that high. The highest I ever went was Kevin Kelly's office. So.
Remember old Kevin?
Yeah, I liked Kevin.
Him.
He was a good guy.
Him,
he was a good egg. Yeah. But anyway, what do you think about all these releases in WWE? Things are getting a little crazy over there. What I have to think is just what literally, especially you've been around the block in wrestling.
Once.
I've been around a long time too.
20 years.
And for my 20 years, for my jaw to drop.
Was that 10 minutes?
No. Segment 2.
Oh.
My jaw literally dropped when I saw that they released
You should with a heavy-ass beard.
The Fiend Bray Wyatt. I mean, you talk about a guy moving merchandise, a guy that the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
IRS's son.
And they did
Why
that thing.
on earth would you want to lose him?
I don't know. And
Top merchandise mover in the company for a period of time. And I tell you this is the reason why people say, why do you still like to go to the live events where you've been doing it for so long? You know why I like to go, Marty?
Why? You're here.
I like to listen. I like to listen
you gotta keep
to
up.
what the fans are saying, how they're reacting.
I do that off Facebook.
You can pipe in on anything. You can write anything on social media. You can listen to anything piped into a television show, but you're not going to hear what these ticket-buying fans are really saying unless you are there. And let me tell you something. The Fiend was a character that fans were willing to pay money to see at a time when business is kaput, despite the record-making profits in WWE right now, just about every popularity
they're still doing
metric.
that good?
Huh?
They're making record profits?
Oh, my God, absolutely.
How'd that shit happen?
They signed outstanding television deals for the network and for
you're
Fox and
you're
for
saying,
Raw
and you're
and Saudi
talking,
Arabia.
And you're talking them down.
But no, if you look at it, before the coronavirus, live attendance was down big time. Merchandising was down. Third-party licensees like video games, action figures was down. Network subscriptions in the United States were down. There was no metric in the business
and what did
that
Vince
was up.
do?
He was smart enough to be able to negotiate the best television deals that he could possibly get.
You know who he's good friends with? They get advice from each other?
Who?
Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
DT, we call him DT.
And it's funny, before Trump got tossed off of Twitter, he followed maybe only like 80 to 90 people, and Vince was one of them. No, Trump didn't follow me.
Vince.
No,
Okay.
yeah, he followed Vince. But anyway, what do you think about, as we wrap up this segment, someone like the Fiend, Bray Wyatt?
He
See,
walked
a
backwards.
young guy.
He used to walk backwards like a
he'd
spider.
do that little spider crawl.
Yeah.
I thought that gimmick when he sat in the rocking chair and he did kind of like the Waylon Mercy gimmick, I thought that was overexposed or it was on TV so much. But with the newer gimmick where between, I didn't like the Mr. Rogers version of
Is that the one with all the toys and shit?
I hated that.
I did too.
But when he had
But
that...
kids liked it. That's who buys
When
it.
he had that evil mask on and that red light and that dark, sick theme song,
that blonde
that was money.
That blonde-haired girl, that was like his...
And now she's doing it, which
What's her name?
sucks.
What's her name?
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, what did you think about someone like the Fiend at a time when they're lacking star power to begin with? Why would you get rid of him?
Had to be negotiations.
Well,
he might have demanded what he knew he deserved.
I don't know when his contract was due, but I do know that. Oh wait, Howard Miller has given us the big flag.
Okay, we'll talk to you in a minute. We gotta go.
We'll talk to you all. Well, no, we'll just wrap up the segment really quick. I do know.
Are we going to another week?
We're going to wrap up this show.
Oh, we still got some more.
Just follow, don't worry, brother. I'll guide you in the right direction. This
Okay.
isn't the Titanic.
But so
I don't know if you saw the angle where Randy Orton lit him on fire, but between December and when he was released in August, he only had that one match at WrestleMania. So they were paying him an awful lot of money to do nothing. I had heard rumors WrestleMania week that maybe there was some mental health issues going on. And, I can't figure this release out.
What's the gymnast girl that we love to death?
The gymnast girl?
Yeah, this the best, the GOAT, the best ever. The black girl that wins everything, but she had mental problems.
Bliss.
Who?
Simone Bliss.
Yeah.
You're talking Olympics. I'm thinking wrestling.
Oh, you want me to change?
No, but what were you going to say about her as we wrap up the
Everybody's doing
segment?
this mental problem thing now.
Yeah.
I think with her.
Well, that's why we need David Rees.
Who?
The acclaimed MWF president and psychiatrist. He works with a lot of
That's
major
your
league
friend.
sports teams. Yeah.
I told you we'll do it on the show.
He diagnosed Tony's foot problem.
You know,
on the
I
show.
got.
You know, he really did.
You know
The three
what
of us.
Tony's foot problem was? He wouldn't wash it.
No.
But this, I got CTE.
Yeah.
You know about that? And you said he's good with that.
Very.
Well,
We'll have to set up a
let's call
conversation.
him now.
Well, we're not going to do it on the air. He has bookings during the day. But right now, wrestling fans, we are going to take a brief time out. We'll be back to wrap up the show. Stand by.
Tickets are on sale now for our 20th anniversary Back to the 80s and 90s WrestleFest Birthday Bash, Saturday, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts.
Cheer. Why, hello. I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product. So support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marati.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Johnny, the momentum here in Boston wrestling continues as we continue to build and build and build. The fans want to know, how do we help? We subscribe to the Patreon, but we see all the great merchandise on that set. Coronavirus may have killed the nightlife, especially for someone like Marty, but our acclaimed eBay store is open 24/7 around the world.
Wow. Check it out.
Arguably the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Get this limited edition collector's autograph print personally signed by two-time WWE Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair, inscribed 16 times for each of his recognized World Championship reigns. One of only 50 made direct from our friends at WWE. Also signed by original artist Rob Schamberger. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome Ric Flair collectible for your wrestling collection now.
Wrestling fans, welcome back to Wrestling Insiders. Dan Marati, Marty Jannetty. We were just trying to figure out what on earth WWE was thinking getting rid of an outstanding
They didn't get rid
character.
of him.
Yes, they released him. His contract
Well, they
didn't
didn't
expire.
get rid of him. They just didn't renew him.
No, he still had a contract, so they released him. The one whose contract expired,
He wanted what he deserved. And
I didn't hear anything
I love
about
you,
that.
Vince, but sometimes Vince can be like macho. You know.
I know he was well into the seven-figure club.
Was he?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. That's a lot to be released
Yeah.
from. He's got.
Well,
and
that
he's-
might be why right there.
He's got kids from
They
a couple
call
of
it a
different women,
ceiling
too.
cap in football. You know, you got to
Yeah.
get rid of that ceiling cap.
Well, we only wish Bray the best. I tell you this.
Yeah, I love you,
if,
brother.
If the
You know
price,
whose son he
if
is.
the price was right, I would love to have him with us. I think every current fan and kid on the planet would want to meet him.
I can make that happen.
Well,
Where's my phone?
we'll get there after the show.
But you know whose son it is?
Yeah,
Who?
Mike Rotundo. Rotunda. Which I get confused what the real one is. Is it Rotundo or Rotunda?
We called him both. He didn't care.
You know what I think,
Just
though?
don't get Mike wrong, though.
And I'm
You
putting
gotta
over
get
Bray
that.
Wyatt like $1 million. The one that I think WWE made a huge mistake on that was costing them pennies on the dollar compared to Bray was his brother, Bo Dallas. Now, on television, they always presented him in these goofy comedy roles that I hated. But if you ever went to the house shows, the
Yeah, I don't-
non-televised events, and
Bo-
watched him work,
I didn't get to see it.
Bo Dallas,
Yeah.
that Mike's other son,
Sorry, y'all.
and Bray's brother,
I missed.
he tagged with Mr. Perfect's son for a while. They were the B team, and they were aligned with the Miz. He did a thing called Believe. He
think
was
I
part of
remember
the
that.
social outcast factions. They just, once you go comedy with these people, it's like you castrate them. It sucks.
But you know what?
But when you, the point I want to make is when they'd give him a chance to go out and work those non-televised events, he was so good, so
Bo?
crisp, he looked so realistic.
Bo
Yeah,
or,
Bo Dallas.
Okay.
So, granted, was he a guy that was going to main event pay-per-views for that company? I don't think so. But could he have been used as a guy to set up the guys that were going to work the main events on
Dan,
pay-per-views,
you
on
own-
TV?
you-
Yes.
You own Boston Wrestling.
What
do you do? What do you
I'd
do?
bring 'em in.
What do you? No. What I mean is, what do you do with the guys that you have conflict with? You let them go.
No, I always go by what
you try. You try.
I go by the WWE mantra when I worked with Ed, which he taught to me was, any two people can resolve a problem unless
Yes.
one of them is an asshole. And look at what I'm dealing with Tony.
Will you leave Tony alone?
Anyway,
Tony does got dirty feet.
he what?
Dirty feet.
I never examined his feet.
Well, you just said he had a bad foot.
Well, he likes
Feet. I know that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But
Love you, Tony.
it's sad. A year ago, every member of the Rotundo family was part of WWE.
Ain't that crazy?
Mike was an agent. Now they're all gone.
Yeah. Is he not
He got furloughed and then released. Yeah.
furloughed?
Furlough means like you just kind of you're with them until they need you again.
Okay, let me
But,
get all these words you hit me today. Furlough.
I'm going to tell you an interesting
Illuminati.
story about one of our common friends off of the
Okay.
year that I think you'll find actually really interesting.
Okay.
But as far as in ring, I'd love to have Bo. I think as Bray Wyatt goes, that would be one you'd have to try and set up like an autograph. I think Bo Dallas would be economically feasible.
Okay.
I think Bray would be a bank breaker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, if he's doing right, he ain't going to be cheap.
Well, but you know what? If he can generate that income back, he's worth it. Another release that really kind of surprised me, one of the great, not that he could really do anything in the ring at this point, but as far as being an ambassador for the sport.
Cody Rhodes.
Woo! The Nature Boy. WWE said Rick wanted to go. WWE said, Rick, c'est la vie.
Well, you know what, though? And Rick learned this from Japan. I was with him over there in Japan when he learned that, because Giant Baba was a legend. Because he was like 7 foot tall, Japanese, and they don't get but this tall. So 7 foot when, you know, and Baba was, they loved him till he died. He almost died in the ring. And Ric Flair is he's riding out the legend. I guess that's what we call it. He's riding out the legend. He'll be around. Now, what happened to his daughter? She's not, I ain't seen her on TV in a while.
Oh, she's the champion.
Now?
She took some time off. I think she had a little facial work.
Did she get, I saw that, yeah.
She looks kind of like an elf now. Well.
But did she get pregnant?
No, but the funny thing was they pulled her from WrestleMania, I believe, because WWE told her she was pregnant with Andrade's child, and she was never pregnant.
There's only one way they knew that.
There was no child, which I think is hysterical and sad in some ways. But your thoughts on Ric Flair leaving WWE? Do you think it's a mistake for WWE to let go of one of the last true living legends that's still alive?
He'll be fine, and they'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine. I'm not saying that.
He's on the commercial now.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, the commercial runs during WWE
all the
TV.
time.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, you don't think it was a mistake to let him go?
No, they're both happy.
The problem I think there was, and I think you were wrong about Bray Wyatt. I think.
What did I say about him?
That you thought it had to do with how much he made. With Flair, I was
negotiation, yeah. Sometimes you butt heads.
I was told that Flair makes more money than a lot of the regular roster guys.
And you know what?
So to let him go, maybe economically, that was a good move for him.
You know what? Sean got one of his first long-term contracts. It was
one of the 5-year deals.
No, he got 20 years.
Sean?
$1 million.
No, that was Brett.
No, he had a 3-year deal.
No. Brett had.
I ain't supposed to be telling you all that. I'm sorry.
Brett had the 20-year deal in '96.
Brett, Sean did.
No,
$1 million a year for 20 years.
You're wrong.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not trying to be. And I'm not trying to.
Was you there?
I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful.
I know that.
I know what went on with his contract as it was happening because I was in the picture at that point.
Which one?
With Sean.
Oh.
Because here's what happened. Funny story. Cough, cough, wink, wink. Remember how after WrestleMania 14 he had to retire due to that back injury where he'd never be able to wrestle again?
Yeah.
When his contract expired for $750,000 a year.
That's what it was to start with, yes.
Yes.
And then it went to $1 million.
They brought him back in 2001, and he showed up, as we like to say, unable to perform. So they sat him for a little bit. Then in 2002, they brought him back with the WWE version of the NWO, but it was not a 20-year deal.
And then he lied to me.
But Brett's deal was 3 years to wrestle.
$7.2 million for
from 96 to 99.
It was 7.2, I know.
And then from 99 through 2016, he was going to be that ambassador role at less money.
You know what sucks, brother?
What?
And you know this because you're in the business too. We are the lowest paid on the damn sports scale.
8% of the gross. 8%. Imagine if the NFL, if they were paid 8% of the gross, what that would look like. Or the NBA, if they were paid 8% of the gross.
I sat next to Pete Rose one time for a signing.
Yeah.
You know, I love Pete Rose. I think we all do, if you're a sports fan. He's signing 8x10s that I'm signing for $20. He's doing it for $150, and he's doing like this as a line, and I'm looking like, somebody please come get a picture. But 20, he's doing $150. But that's the sports world. We're the lowest on the totem pole.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to try and get through as many of these as we can in this episode, Marty. Unless you had anything more to add about the Nature Boy.
I hope Rick lives 10 more years because I love him to death.
Well, maybe more than 10. That would only bring him to his early 80s if he lived another 10. I don't know
How's
how.
he now?
I
70?
think he's in the early 70s, 72 maybe?
Yeah, that sounds right. There was one time in St. Louis, I can't tell this
You can
story.
tell.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you this on one
It
of
had
our
to do with
episodes.
a lot of girls.
Tony Atlas.
Rick could pull the girls.
Tony said that back in the Georgia days that he saw Rick abuse some women and violate their female parts with toys to the point they had to go to the doctors.
They wanted it.
They wanted it from the Nature Boy.
You're not going to abuse. It's hard to abuse. I hate the term that you use.
Well, I'm telling
It's
you what
hard to
Tony
abuse
told
a rat.
us. It's hard to what?
It's hard to abuse a rat.
They
They want everything in them.
These rats.
I put a damn, oh, excuse my language. I put a light, I told you about that, me and Johnny Polo at Raven. Y'all know him as Raven. It was Johnny Polo way back. When we had a sweetheart, beautiful girl. Hey, Laura, love you. And we were sticking things in. And this is horrible.
Yeah.
We were sticking, it was a Fable bottle. We started with a beer bottle. And then we went to something bigger, and then we went to something bigger. Oh, Johnny, he hands me the lamp. He took the shade off and gave me the lamp, and the bulb was still warm to put up in her, and she still said okay.
You know, Howard actually did that to the outreach director here at the
Who
studio.
did?
Howard, the director.
Finkel?
No, the director in the control room.
Oh, right now, hey, you little
Can
kinky
you believe
ass.
he did that? Right in the studio. I couldn't believe it when I walked in one night. But anyway.
And I lied to my people one time.
About what?
I took a phone. We got the phone. The stick. This is horrible. The stick up in her.
In her private area?
Yeah. And didn't actually stick the whole phone, but the first picture was the phone, right there.
You would take
But we
Polaroids.
unsnapped it and then put the cord in, so it looked like the phone was up in her. But I told everybody, yeah, she took the whole phone. Sorry, Laurie. Love you.
Gave the ET message phone home a brand new
different way, right?
different look at it. Yeah. Well, you know what? What about?
What is wrong with us?
We're crazy. It's a crazy industry. It makes people do crazy things. We're around nuts.
That's still Vegas.
We talked a lot about. Well, we mentioned contracts that have expired. What about Daniel Bryan? His contract expired. He's a free agent.
Is he still married to?
He's married to Brie Bella. They have a child together, maybe two. Good for them.
I think it might. I can't show y'all. Can I show you a picture later?
Yes, I can only imagine.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It ain't like that.
I don't know about that, but Daniel Bryan, he not to steal the phrase that Bray Wyatt used to use, but he has the whole world in his hands. He's a free agent. I know WWE would like him to return, especially now where John Laurinaitis is his father-in-law. If he goes to if he goes to AEW, that might make for an uncomfortable Thanksgiving dinner.
You know, the first time I was going to get with the Bellas, both up. Shit, this on TV again, ain't it?
But that's all right. They were known to be.
Stop it. No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
They're very nice. No.
I
would defend them all day long.
I've heard.
Stop it. Well, I know them better than you do.
Well, I know someone that knows them a lot better than you do.
Who?
You know who.
Bryan?
Huh?
Bryan. Oh, boy. Damn, got me on that one.
I don't know if you're going to top that. There was a lot of interaction.
1 minute?
Howard has had enough, baby.
Are we done?
No, we're getting ready to wrap up. So some final thoughts?
On which one?
Whatever the hell you were talking about. Oh, well, let's quickly where I think it's an important.
I got to tell you this though.
What?
When are y'all?
Quickly.
Okay, yeah, we was it was in Jacksonville where I live now.
Yeah.
But it was in Jacksonville, and the Bellas were over there. All the girls were over in the corner. The Miz was over there. I had just worked with him that night, and Johnny come down and sat. He didn't. The place was full. The hotel bar was full.
You mean Laurinaitis?
Yes.
Okay.
And so me and my brother Gino, we got him a seat. Like, yeah, come on, sit over here. And he kept staring at the Bellas. And then gosh, I shouldn't be fucking telling this.
That's all right.
But he showed me the phone because their mother, he ended up marrying her.
Yes.
And I thought he was lying. He's like, I'm like, why are you staring at them? Just go take them up to the room. Oh, no, it's not them, it's their mother. I'm seeing her mother. I'm like, yeah, shut up. And he showed me where she called. And then they got married like about a year later or something.
Do you know, you want to hear a funny story? At WrestleMania 31, John Cena Sr. and the mother were kind of flirty, maybe is the word. And Papa Bella,
Senior?
yeah, Papa Bella went after John Cena. Papa Bella, the father of the Bellas, went after John Cena Sr. They almost went to blows.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
Isn't that funny? But anyway, real quick about Daniel Bryan. He's the hottest free agent in wrestling right now. He can sign with any company he wants to at any time. Where do you think Daniel Bryan winds up? Does he go back to Vince where he has so many family relations? Or the rumor mill is that he's already got a verbal agreement in place for big, big money for a great spot in AEW where he can wrestle a style and a schedule that he wants.
If he makes the right decision, he'll go to Boston Wrestling.
We had him. They actually let us have him when he was the United States champion. Can you believe that?
That was a long time ago.
Well, still, that's quite a coup to us to be able to say we had the United States champion wrestle on one of our events.
A coup, laminator,
luminary.
You've hit me, luminary.
But
man, you've hit me with so many words.
We had, Marty, the only event in wrestling history that had an active WWE champion, an active Ring of Honor champion, and an active TNA champion. Eddie Edwards was the Ring of Honor champion, and Jay Lethal was the TNA X Division champion.
Hey, Jay.
And they all worked the same event for us. You tell me where else in wrestling that's ever happened.
You didn't have Sasha Banks, though.
She was there that night. She did an angle with Awesome Kong, and it was Kong's first night before she went to WWE as Karma. We had a night, Karma.
Oh,
she is known as in WWE. We had a nice ceremony. Jay came out and gave her flowers where they worked together in TNA. I like Jay an awful lot for a long time.
He's a good brother, man. I like him to death.
So you think Bryan should go? Where would you think he's AEW bound?
Where else?
I mean, look at the.
Let me ask you this. You know things.
All right, what
how are the ratings doing? AEW catching up?
Slow but steady. They did a monster number for CM Punk, but obviously it declined a great deal after that. After
CM,
week
but
one.
Don't get mad at me, but I don't understand it.
Well, I think he's someone that resonates with a generation that's maybe a little different than us. Is a fair way to put it.
A lot different.
But I think it's great for wrestling that he's back.
I love you, CM. You know
I think it's great that AEW at least is the only promotion in wrestling that seems to have some great momentum going for it. Andrade Almas, what a waste he was in WWE. He should be Andrade.
Who? CM?
No, Andrade.
Who's that?
The one that's with Charlotte Flair, the Mexican guy.
That guy can do backflips out the ass?
No.
Who's the one?
Andrade should either be a main eventer on Raw or SmackDown, and now he's on AEW. Aleister Black was another guy that was in line, or should have been in line for a great push in WWE. Now he's working with Cody Rhodes in AEW in a great spot. So AEW is showing talent in every company that they can make a nice living and they can get a good spot.
TNA, though. I hate to say it that way. It's just another TNA. It'll be around for a while.
It really all depends on the creative and the common sense, I guess. There was no common sense in TNA.
What's the black dude that he come out to the ring with? One of the girls. He was like and he's fucking great. I mean, he does.
In AEW?
Oh no, WWE. He's just recent. Who? I can't think of. Y'all would know.
Cedric Alexander?
Huh?
Cedric Alexander?
I don't know.
He's a cruiserweight. But he comes out with the valet, you said?
He was the valet for one of the girls.
Oh, Reginald.
Yes.
Yeah. You like that gimmick?
Oh, my God, can he work? Oh,
I don't know what it is. It's more like Cirque du Soleil more than anything.
He did a triple backflip, and it pissed me off because I'm like, in my best day, I couldn't do that.
Howard taught him how to do it.
Do what?
Howard taught him how to do it, as a matter of fact.
Howard?
Yeah, in the control room.
What are you doing, Howard?
He's an acrobat in his spare time.
He is?
Yeah. All right. Well, wrestling fans, we are unfortunately running out of time on Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty. We tried to bring you some current events, but as always, the GPS in Marty's brain takes us in many different directions, including
you took us out somewhere.
The China.
I never knew the Bellas senior knows them.
Well, John was engaged to Nikki, and they were weeks away from getting married.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And
what really happened there?
I think it came down to kids.
One
wanted kids and one didn't.
Then he had one with somebody else.
No, he doesn't have any children.
I thought it was a new girlfriend he's got.
No, he doesn't have any kids.
Oh. Well, you know what somebody told me, and I can't tell you who. I'm not going to, I can't say
All
it.
right, we'll kayfabe now.
Okay, Faith?
Yeah.
What they
The
said,
names, but what's the story?
John's both ways.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know that to be true, but it was told to me by a guy that was with him. Oh, shit.
Wow. Well,
I'm just playing.
one of the sons is...
One of the sons.
No, one of the Cena children is gay, so, you know, it is what it is. Nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's right. He's
you
not
know,
bothering anybody.
Charles told me last night.
Who?
Charles?
Yeah, Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, he told me last night he'd sucked it. How do I
He's
say it?
filleted?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And
if
there's
it makes him
nothing wrong.
happy.
I love him to death, man. We sat around the room last night. I didn't have no girls last night.
He visited with you again last night?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Oh, wait a minute. Howard's coming. I can hear
Not
Howard.
like that,
Howard's marching down. He's
Here-
going to be
yeah,
waving
there
those
he is.
big arms. I don't even need
He's
to
got his
see the
hands
wave.
on his hips.
All right, Wrestling Insiders. All right, Wrestling Insiders. All right, wrestling fans, we're out of time. For my paisan, my partner in crime, no matter what the zeros in Long Island may say, he's here.
Will
He's
you leave
part of
him
the
alone?
family. We love him. We ain't wearing sunglasses.
They
We'll
like
see
you.
you next Thursday night at 10 o'clock. You and yours. Be well. Be healthy. Good night from Boston.
Love y'all.
Thank you for joining us. Please give the video a big thumbs up, leave us a comment, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more great content. Don't forget, you can help keep wrestling legends working. Check out our eBay store and join the Boston Wrestling family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling so we can produce more in-depth shoot interviews.